What's up, everybody? Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl the Bitcoin.
Before we dive into the news, few quick reminders. Please do head over to my website, btcsessions.ca. There you can reach out to me directly to book your own BTC session. We can chat Bitcoin, wallets, privacy, security, anything you like. There is a contact form down at the bottom where you can get aligned to me. Also, head over to my Teespring link. I've got some swag that you can pick up, the hashtag Bitcoin Twitter shirt, some stuff with my face on it, and so on and so forth. I'm sure I'll add more in the future. And finally, there's an event coming up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada on March 5th and 6th. It is put on by the Bitcoin Rodeo. It's called the Blockchain and Technology Symposium. I'm going to be there hosting. My employers from Bull Bitcoin are going to be there, Francis Pouliot and Dave Bradley. They'll both be speaking. We've also got some other great people like Saifedean Ammous, who is the author of the Bitcoin Standard, my favorite book in the space. We've got Rodolfo Novak from OpenDime. We've got lots of other great people there. So if you're going to be in Edmonton around March 5th and 6th, do check that out. You can head to bitcoinrodeo.com and the link will be down in the description below. But that's it for my little announcements. Let's dive into the news. We're going to be talking some price today. So we did have a little run up the last little bit. I'll jump over to the chart here. So you can see here on the chart, there's where we were around the $3,600 range. There's that spike that we had over a couple days there, all the way up to around the $4,000 range. And then we've been sitting in this range for 3 days now, 3 or 4 days. So these couple of articles that I've got here, one of them, this one here, is saying that some traders are expecting a bit of a plunge, a bit of a retrace of about 7 or 8% back to the $3,700 range. Now, on the other hand, you've got this article out of CoinDesk calling for a further upward jump to around 4.2 or $4,200. It does also acknowledge the possibility of dropping back to the $3,700 range if we can't breach that $4,000 price point. Again, right now we're around $3,947, which it has been kind of climbing a little bit today, the last 24 hours or so. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it does, in the CCN article here, it says that if we get above that $4,200 range, then rapid upside movement could be expected. So some of the ranges that we could see after 4,200 are 44, 5,000 if we break that, maybe 5,500 eventually, which would be nice. I'd be pretty happy about that. I don't know if I'm going to bank on it right away, but crazier things could happen. Now, in regards to a little bit longer term thinking for the price, this article stood out to me. The head of blockchain solutions at IBM said that Bitcoin will eventually hit $1 million in his view, and that paper money will disappear. So when he talks about it, he says, I see Bitcoin hitting $1 million someday. He said at that point, a single Satoshi, the lowest amount of Bitcoin that you can have, would be valued at a penny, and it would have over $20 trillion of value put into the network at that point if you look at the market cap. When he talks about a little bit more medium term, he says that by the end of the year, he thinks we'll end higher than we currently are, probably around $5,000. I think that is a pretty fair guesstimate. I wouldn't be surprised to see that kind of 5 to 6K range. But again, I guess time will tell. One thing that you should always realize is that anybody like this, whether it's short-term, long-term, or somebody like the head of IBM or myself talking about prices at all, it's all pure speculation. So really you should do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and also be at peace with the fact that you could be completely wrong, I could be completely wrong, anybody could be completely wrong, and it could be, sideways forever. Who knows? Now, in regards to this article, of course, John McAfee had to jump in here. Now, he has been saying $1 million Bitcoin for quite some time. He famously made a bet that he would eat his own dick on national television if it did not hit by a specific date. Well, in regards to this, he did tweet. He said, people are waking up to the fact that Bitcoin will be $1 million, but when? Someday, maybe 5 years, within a decade? I'm the only one giving you a hard date, December 31st, 2020. I think he is wrong. I don't think it's going to move that fast, and some of you may say, Ben, don't be so close-minded. I just don't see it. I'd love to be super wrong about that. I could take that all day. Sure, go to $1 million. Prove me wrong. I will eat my shorts if that happens. Wonderful. Gladly, I'll do that. But I just don't see it. I did make a video about a trajectory I think is likely if we repeat history or if history rhymes, which I think it may. But I could see that... Honestly, I don't think that we're going to see or revisit the previous all-time high until early 2021. So the year following the halving where Bitcoin supply gets cut in 2020. I think that is the trigger of most of these major bull markets. I also think that at the height of the next bull market, we're not going to see $1 million, but I don't think it's out of the question to see somewhere around the $200,000 to $300,000 range. But again, as I just said, total speculation on my behalf, and I'm just kind of basing that on what happened in the last bull market and projecting that forward. So let me know what you think. I will link to the video that I made on that in the cards here. One of these sides, this one I think, and I will also link that in the show notes down below. But let's move away from the price here. The CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, is weighing in on the QuadrigaCX debacle. Those of you that are not in the know, I did touch on this a bunch, but QuadrigaCX, the largest Canadian exchange for quite some time, essentially lost hundreds of millions of dollars of other people's money after the CEO died and apparently had sole custody of the private keys. Since then, people have come out and said, well, this cold storage doesn't exist. We don't know where it is. There's nowhere to point to, which only raises further questions. Well, Brian Armstrong weighed in here. And he said, QuadrigaCX was one of the oldest exchanges in existence. If they planned an exit scam, it likely would have been timed better. But he did go on to say that the sequence of events suggests this was mismanagement with a later attempt to cover for it. This implies that at least a few people inside Quadriga knew that they were running a fractional reserve. If so, then it's possible that the untimely death of the CEO was used as an outlet to let the company sink. I don't think that this analysis is out of the question. I'm not entirely sure if this debacle was intentionally malicious, if it was just absolute mismanagement from the start and they've been trying to cover for some time now. I don't really know, but this is definitely one possibility. I know a lot of people in the comments of my shows are saying exit scam, he's off somewhere gallivanting around the globe with everybody else's money. I don't know. I really don't know. But at the very least, there was criminal negligence when it came to people's funds. They should not have been managed this way. And this is why we need to hold any custodians accountable and steer clear of them as often as possible. So, hold your own private keys, hold your own crypto, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Keep those things in mind and manage your risk. I'm going to finish off with kind of a funny story here. I actually saw this on Twitter before I saw the article here. It was tweeted out by a guy, Alistair Milne. Great insight on Bitcoin. Recommend that you follow him. And we trade the odd jab here and there just to have fun with each other. But anyways, he tweeted out this thing. Essentially, you can remotely feed a chicken with lightning payments. There's a live stream of this chicken coop here, and you can see the feeder right there. And when you send a lightning payment, it triggers this machine to turn on and feed the chicken. So, killer app for lightning? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I thought it was funny. I hope you'd find it funny too. Check it out. I think at one point their servers went down because so many people wanted to feed the chicken. I think it's being overfed. Please be kind. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, do head over to my tippin.me page. You can drop me a lightning payment, 1,000 sats, 10,000 sats, 50 cents, whatever the hell you want to do. Great. If you do that, it helps the show. But yeah, or if you have the lightning plugin on Twitter, you can hit me up there too. Anyways, thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget to hit up my website, and I will see you guys after the weekend on Monday for your daily session.